countryside of Camber stood a grand old estate known as Tahiti House. Its towering stone walls and ivy-covered facade, a silent witness to centuries of secrets. This 19th century mansion, once the pride of the influential Bassard mining family, had long been the subject of whispers and ghost stories in the nearby village. So when Rupert Ellis, a passionate history enthusiast, purchased the home, he had no idea that its past was about to entwine with his future in ways he could never have imagined. Rupert had always been fascinated by forgotten places, and the idea of restoring Tahiti House filled him with excitement. While his wife Eleanor was away attending a fashion festival in Milan, Rupert busied himself with renovations. Each room he restored told its own tale, from faded wallpapers to creaky wooden floors. But nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to uncover in the basement. One chilly morning, while mounting old hunting trophies on the basement wall, Rupert noticed something odd. A particular section of the wall sounded hollow. Curious, he pressed his ear against the stone and tapped it gently. The echo that followed was unmistakable. There was space behind it. His heart raced. Could the stories he'd once dismissed be true? Local legends often spoke of secret chambers within Tahiti House, of hidden rooms and passages used by the Bassards to safeguard their wealth or hide dark family secrets. Rupert had always chalked them up to folklore, but now, faced with a potentially real mystery, his skepticism began to crumble. Tempted to break through the wall immediately, Rupert paused. He remembered the warnings he'd heard from villagers, the rumors of hauntings, of guests fleeing in the night, of strange sounds echoing from the house's depths. Respecting both history and his wife's wishes, he decided to take a more cautious route. For the next several days, Rupert practically lived at the local library. He pored over books, historical documents, and ancient blueprints, searching for any mention of secret chambers in Tahiti House. The librarian, intrigued by his obsession, remarked that he had become a regular fixture in the archives. Though official records were vague, Rupert uncovered scattered references to hidden rooms and a family vault, mentioned briefly in personal letters and dusty estate records. Still unsure of what lay behind the wall, Rupert shared his findings with Eleanor upon her return. After welcoming her home and admiring her new designs, he nervously guided her to the basement. "There's something here," he whispered, pointing at the wall. "I think there's a secret room behind it." Eleanor's eyes widened. "Are you sure this is something we want to mess with? What if it's dangerous?" Rupert hesitated. Her concerns were valid, but the pull of the mystery was too strong. "I need to know," he said quietly. "I don't," Eleanor replied firmly. "Some doors are better left closed." Out of love and respect, Rupert agreed to let it go, at least on the surface. He even went so far as to contact a real estate agent, entertaining the idea of selling the house. But the mystery haunted him. He couldn't stop thinking about the hollow wall. Rupert returned to the library and deepened his research. He unearthed stories of rival families, betrayals, and scandals that had followed the Bassards during their rise to power. The mansion, it seemed, had seen not only grandeur but also sorrow and treachery. Still, there was nothing concrete about what might be behind the wall. Determined to get answers without alarming Eleanor, Rupert devised a plan. He ordered flowers to be delivered to her and faked an urgent work call, sending her to pick them up. Once she was out of the house, Rupert returned to the basement with a sledgehammer in hand. With each swing, anticipation built. The stone cracked, revealing a wooden door concealed behind the wall. Heart pounding, Rupert opened it, expecting treasures or horrors, or both. What he found, however, was underwhelming at first. The small room was dusty and dimly lit, filled with nothing more than cobwebs and old frames. Disappointment washed over him, until he noticed something odd. The plaster walls were uneven, and beneath the dust, he saw what looked like a wooden frame. As he wiped it clean, a portrait of the Bassard family emerged. It was followed by another, then another. Behind one of the frames, a stack of papers tumbled out. Ledgers, personal letters, official documents. Rupert's breath caught. These weren't just family mementos, these were historical records. Unable to keep them safe at home without alerting Eleanor, Rupert rushed the documents to the library and handed them to the chief librarian. She was stunned. This might be the breakthrough we've been waiting for. What they found changed everything. Contrary to the scandalous tales that painted the Bassards as greedy criminals, the documents revealed that they had been generous philanthropists, donating vast sums to charities and workers' welfare. The rumors of embezzlement and corruption were part of a smear campaign orchestrated by a rival family, desperate to destroy their legacy and claim their minds. Rupert was overwhelmed. Not only had he unearthed an untold chapter of history, but he had also restored the honor of a long-forgotten family. When he finally told Eleanor the truth, she was stunned. But seeing the importance of what he had found, she joined him in organizing an exhibition at the local museum. The opening was a triumph. Visitors marveled at the artifacts, and historians celebrated the restoration of the Bassards' true legacy. Together, Rupert and Eleanor stood beneath the towering arches of the museum hall, hand in hand, as crowds passed by the newly unveiled Bassard family exhibit. They had uncovered more than history. They had found purpose, unity, and truth. And as the sun set over Tahiti House, its shadows no longer whispered secrets. They told a story of redemption. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to Babe Tense for more hidden tales and mysterious histories unearthed from the forgotten corners of time. Search building.